Hi there, and welcome to my next video on my YouTube channel, Unapologetic with Lorelei. Today I'm in a park forest-ish kind of environment, which I'm going to show you around a little bit in a while. And then you see for yourself, you catch the vibe. It's nice, it's quiet, it's around sunset, and it's a nice place to be here at the moment. I feel relaxed from it, and I'm coming with another topic, and the topic might not so be relaxed, but it's about that you don't have to carry everything yourself. And the title says one thing, but I'm heading two ways on this. Sometimes I think you have to carry things yourself. That makes you an adult. And sometimes you have to carry it yourself because there's just nobody else around to support you or to listen to you or to help you. And sometimes it could be that um, you're doing it all by yourself, even though there is help, and even though people are waiting for you to ask something, or people are watching you and think, why is she carrying so much weight on her shoulders? And so there's a difference in that, I think. So you can't say always you shouldn't be carrying it all by yourself because, as I said, there might be situations that you just have no choice but doing so. But I'm more heading in this conversation about the moments that we keep on carrying things for ourselves. And even though we don't have to do it anymore. I like that. And but sometimes you just don't realize it. You don't see it, and you're just keeping headstrong and going forward and doing your big strong thing. Um, well, I'm guilty of that. So that's why I can talk about this because I'm a person who's pretty guilty of that, of keeping headstrong, doing everything as much as I can all by myself or by myself. And yeah, there's a reason for that. Sometimes it's your upbringing, and for instance, my mother was already a widow at a very young age, and she raised me and my sister for a lot of many years rather. And so she always said to us, like, yeah, you have to know that you can do everything yourself. You have to do everything yourself. Whatever you can do yourself, you do it yourself. So that's kind of, always, still echoing in my head. And but also it caused some pain because I kept on fighting and struggling and going for it, even though I didn't have to. And there were people more than welcome to help me. And but you don't see the signs. Anyhow, enough me face to face talking here to you. I'm going to flip the screen, show you around where I am at the moment. Hope you catch a little bit of the relaxed vibe that is here at the moment. And yeah, I'm going to flip the screen and talk more on the topic. I hope you join me for my walk here. So this is when I flip my screen. This is what my view is. It's the same as yours here, and as I said, it's a forest kind of park-ish kind of thing, and yeah, it's quite relaxed here actually. Even though I hear some people shouting at their dogs a little bit further on the up the road. But anyhow, I hope my microphone, my noise cancelling microphone, is keeping it away from our conversation here. And as I said, the conversation I wanted to have today was about, you're not meant to carry it all alone, and just because you can carry it, it doesn't always mean you should. And as I said before, I'm guilty of that, and I'm sometimes still guilty of that. And it's a hard one to let go. It's a hard habit to let go if you're so used to doing it all by yourself. And but yeah, somewhere along the line, I think many of us are became good rather at carrying things alone. Maybe it's a time of what's happening in the world. That's why women became so um, strong, independent, do it do it yourselfers. And I think we learn to be strong and to cope quietly and to kind of manage our emotions and to even hold families together, because how many divorced couples are there? I mean, so many people are divorced, and so that leaves so many single parents, and still having to hold it all together and supporting it and guiding it and all the rest of it. So yeah, then you have to just keep going in that respect. But I believe also many times it's because we can carry it, people assume many times that we always will, and and this is what I've learned also in my life, that I believe my strength is measured by how much I can endure, because that's not a healthy kind of way of living. And it's also not true, because strength is not measured by that, because hurt is measured by that, because a lot of that comes from hurt as well, and or neglection, or people just vanished. In these days and age, I hear my children talking about people ghosting each other as well. So that's pretty pretty heavy, I guess. But coming back to the thing is that I believe there are things in life that were never meant to be carried alone as well. It's like grief or emotional responsibility or long-term stress. That's another one. Or complex relationships. You shouldn't be carrying it all by yourself. You shouldn't be having to carry it at all. I hope, but of course you have no saying over grief, because if somebody in your surroundings dies or something like that, or leaves, there's a grief, and there's nothing you can do about it. So you have to deal with it. But the constant pressure and heartbreak, um, I hope we don't always have to carry that alone. And because I believe when you really carry everything by yourself for too long, I can vouch for that. It doesn't make you stronger. It makes you very tired, extremely tired. And that's why I always take a real holiday at the end of the year, because I tend to still also carry too much on my shoulders as a single mom and young adult children. And it's quite a responsibility. I love it. I really welcome it. And but still, you feel that exhaustion still happens towards the end of the year, and it can come from many occasions, many causes, of course. But carrying too much for so long for you all by yourself is one very strong cause of exhaustion, I believe. And because you can feel it a bit isolated as well, and yeah, very isolated actually. But you don't have to. Like, I'm here in the forest, and I'm very happy to be here by myself. So it doesn't mean alone is lonely, but and or abandoned. You can also, or isolated. You can also choose to be isolated for a moment to get your strength back from all the exhaustion. So there's also thin lines between all of them. And yeah, I don't know if you can resonate to any of what I'm saying here. I believe many people can. And if you do so, you can always leave a comment or give me a new insight or share a new insight on below my video. I am sharing videos on my topics daily, and doing my walks daily, sometimes the forest, sometimes the heathland. And you're really welcome to, well, of course, always to give a thumbs up or to leave a comment. And even you can subscribe to my channel if that's what you like. And as I said, I'm posting daily. Right. And besides that, I love to be in nature every day, and making those videos. I really enjoy it. And it's videos that I'm sharing with you just from my personal experience, from my insights, from things I've gone through, or things I have an opinion about or an insight to share about. And I hope you like it. I hope you can resonate somewhere. Of course, you don't always have to agree with me, but you can also share that in the comments if you want. So lots of leaves on the floor here. I mean, it's actually December. It's well, next week the winter will start, and it's extremely soft weather still at the moment. And but I enjoy it. Why not? It doesn't always have to be freezing cold. This is still nice and relaxed. But anyhow, coming back to the to the isolated part of it, and then from women who don't ask for support because they don't want to be a burden to nobody, or they learn not to rely on anyone, or because they're just used to being the one others lean on. That's another strong one. But I also believe that self-reliance, you can really quietly turn into self-abandonment as well. And as I said, I can resonate to this, to my own words here. And I believe the shift for me came when I realized, I didn't need to collapse to deserve support, and I didn't need to be at my breaking point, so to speak, and I didn't need a crisis, even though all these three things did happen. But yeah, after a while, you realize it didn't have to come this far, perhaps. And I think but with hindsight, I think I should have allowed myself more to share some of the weight. It never really totally crushed me, but it definitely did exhaust me. But for me, I think also the most important thing about support here is that it doesn't mean dependency. I don't like to be dependent, and but I mean, support should be honest, should be connection with the person you get support from, and it means allowing yourself to be human. And of course, there is a certain amount of trust that you need to have in that person before you want to share too many personal things, and before you actually tell those people you need support. Because as I said, I'm a strong person for personal freedom and for independency, self-reliance, but not to the extreme of I'm going to go down and be totally in a burnout. But I don't think, you don't have to tell everybody everything, and you don't have to explain it all, and you don't have to hand your life over to anybody else. But you are allowed to let at least one safe person, I really underline that, help you to hold it all together and to hold yourself and to look with you for solutions or for ways to ease things up. So if you've been carrying something heavy alone, and if you're feeling strong but really, really tired, and if no one actually sees how much effort it takes, then maybe my words can be a reminder here that I believe you are never merely meant to carry everything by yourself. And I hope you find somebody, I hope you have somebody, I hope you find somebody you can trust and share things with, and who can support you and take a little bit of weight off your shoulders. And by saying that, I still wish you all a very happy day, nice day, or evening, depends on when you're watching my video. And as I said, you can always subscribe to my channel if you're into that. If you're not, then I still hope to see you in my next video. So once again, happy day, happy evening, and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye.